You've got questions? Hopefully I've got some answers. Today we cover feeling claustrophobic in the Travato. Would I purchase anything larger? Do I do stealth camping with no blinds in the windows? Travato insulation, and we need to throw a baby shower. Stay tuned. Go Small, Live Large viewers, thanks for tuning in today. Really appreciate that. Welcome to another Q&A Friday. Got some really great viewer questions here, and we have a demo. I'm going to do two quick demos today. Putting a tremendous amount of work into revamping the GoSmallLiveLarge.com website, and if you haven't been there lately, go ahead and check that out. GoSmallLiveLarge.com. You'll find my itinerary. You'll find the videos more I think better organized, and I'm going to start posting some checklists, some PDFs, and some other content that's going to be only available on the website. So you'll want to go there and check that out. Gosh, we're about to pass 2,000 subscribers for Go Small, Live Large. That's an amazing accomplishment. So thank you for everybody for participating, sharing, liking, commenting. Just amazing. I just love Q&A Friday. So let's get into it. So the first is actually a comment. How about an attaboy for Scott? So John L. says, excellent vid, Scott. We really appreciate these instructive type videos. John is referencing the lithium battery powered RV furnace video that I posted earlier this week. Thank you, John. Really appreciate those attaboys. Really keeps me moving forward on making videos. The next question comes from Live Your Life Like It's Chocolate. Why not? Chocolate with red wine. Oh, it's the best. She says, I love your videos, very informative. She's considering a Pure 3 system. Can you tell me about, or talk to me in your videos, if you feel a Travato is roomy enough for one person? Do you ever feel claustrophobic in it? Do you wish you had purchased a Class B Plus or Class C? Thank you. Well, Live Like Chocolate, I would, without a doubt, say congratulations on considering a Travato with a lithium system. It's a game changer, a life changer, and whether you're sometime, part-time, or full-time, gotta tell you, it is a game changer, life changer. As to the size of the vehicle itself, I would absolutely categorically say it is not claustrophobic. It is not small feeling to me at all. I'm going to measure two things because you know how I like to measure things. Look at this. I got my measuring tape. I have absolutely no size envy for B plus or certainly Class C owners. Nothing against them, but I roll into these RV parks and I almost kind of feel sorry for people with the big rigs because of this, and certainly towables, good lord. Not to impugn anybody that has those rigs, but the set up and take down is pretty significant, and just the overall size. You know, I have taken Lily, my Travato, to the craziest places that it would absolutely not be possible with a B plus, even certainly with a Class C. So zero interest in getting either of those, and for my needs, the Class B is absolutely perfect. The Travato is the perfect size. It's perfect for one, going solo mostly. Cozy for two. So let me just do a quick demonstration here. What I'm going to do is put my iPad down here, grab my measuring tape, and what I'm going to do, obviously I've got the cab seats spun around to face the dinette, and what I want to do is just kind of generally measure this space right here to get a sense of what it is. Now I use a wide-angle lens, so that kind of makes things look bigger than life from your vantage point, but let me tell you, this is the most awesome space. So here we go. You ready? All right, Cheryl Charming, get your measuring tape out. Here we go. So I would say comfortably from the cushion here to this area, right in the driver's seat. Well, let's actually sit down. Let's just do it like this. So from the back of the dinette to right here, you're basically looking at 5 feet of functional space this way. And if we go window to window, seat cushion to window, this is really 5.5 feet, so just under 6 feet. And you know, clearly you got the space like this, so the ceiling height is a little shorter here. So this is 64 inches, so just under 6 feet. So it's 69 inches right here. Okay. Now if I go down here, this is just a little bit more space, and this is 75 inches from the floor at this point. So the bottom line is this space just feels very open. The cab windows make it feel very open. The awning style windows make it feel open. So there's zero claustrophobic feeling in the front. But let's look at the back. Okay, so now what I want to do is give you a sense of the physical space of the bedroom. And this is going to answer two questions by viewers talking about the shades, the night shades. But we're still talking about space and claustrophobia here. So I'm going to put the bed down. Just like that. There's the bedding. Okay, so you can see how it does change the feeling of the room from being a long hallway to clearly kind of a, you know, a bed. Imagine that. So I'm gonna jump up here. Get my sandals off. I'm gonna measure this space so you have a sense of what this space feels like. So let's do that. I'll put the blind down. Okay, here we go. So at its widest part here, it is 45 inches, so you know, 3.5 feet basically, by all the way to the back door. Let's call it what is that, 80 inches? So 6.5 feet essentially, right? But what I'm going to do is give you a sense of what it feels like when you're laying down, because to me this is kind of the magic of the floor plan. And so from the bed to the bottom of the air conditioning, you're looking at, it's 3 feet, and from the bottom of the cabinets, it's, you know, 24, 25 inches. And this way again is, you know, same as the bed, of course, about 3.5 feet. But what I find is that when it's dark out, I close this, and it feels like a bedroom. It feels like a sleeping space. It feels like you are in a cozy, safe environment, not claustrophobic. You have 3.5 feet, something like that, 3 feet above you. So not any feeling of you know, tightness, but a feeling of cozy, secure, safe sleeping space. I typically leave the bathroom door open when I am during the night. But during the daytime, I actually close this just to give it, I don't want to look at the toilet all the time, right? So hopefully that gives you some sense of space. It's very cavernous feeling to me. It does not have an open floor plan, meaning I can't see out everywhere all the time. And that to me is okay, because I like the 4 rooms of the Travato G floor plan. To me, that was a selling point for me. Bedroom, bathroom, galley, dining, working. That was the beauty of that floor plan. So let me give you another demo here. Tape in hand, phone in hand. Not sure about you, but when I talk on the phone, unless I need to be seated in front of my iPad or computer, I like to pace. So the beauty of this is that I have a lot of feet to pace back and forth. So let me give you an example of what this is. And imagine yourself on the phone pacing the room in your office, your bedroom, your kitchen, whatever. And this again is why there's no claustrophobic feeling for me in the Travato. So this will be interesting. I'm going to back up into the bedroom and hallway as I lose my shoe. So you can still see me, I hope. Still tracking. So now I'm all the way back past the bathroom. Right here. Now I do have my grill stored right here, so that's taking about a couple feet. I'm walking forward to the cab, and that pacing space, as you want to call it, is 12 feet. It's 12 feet from coming here and pacing all the way to the back. So again, a very long hallway if you like to talk and walk on your phone. 12 feet, boys and girls. Oh, and I have to give credit to not only Live Your Life Like Chocolate, sorry about that, the sunny spot, but she basically had the same question on, I've been dwelling on the same question, which is around the claustrophobic nature. So hopefully that helps, ladies, sunny spot, and Live Your Life Like Chocolate. So the next question comes from viewer Tim Yarborough. Tim says, hey Scott, another great video question. Do you stealth camp sleep without closing your blinds? I have noticed that they have been open on a couple of your videos. Boy, the short answer there is yes. I leave the front cab windows uncovered most of the time. Weirdly, the times I actually close them is when I'm in an RV park. Two reasons. A little bit of privacy, because when people are walking, they're actually kind of checking out rigs. I do the same thing. And the other reason is, well, maybe three. The other reason is there's nothing really to look at except other RVs, and it's not very attractive, to be quite honest. And then certainly there's a privacy element there, you know, depending on how you park. So I usually like to park front side in. I don't back in for that very reason, that I want to leave my windows uncovered so I have some degree of view, have a feeling of openness, have light coming in. There's a little bit of security to me by actually having the window open and facing a wall, shrubs, fence, something like that, because I can kind of see what's going on around me. I like that. I do close the bedroom cover just like this at night, and I do put in the back cover. So let me do that pretty quick here. And again, these just again, these just snap in. So I usually leave, this is the buckle for the bed. So I usually use just one, leaving the other door open so I can see out the back. To me, it's a little bit of a privacy thing, but with the bikes in the back, God, somebody has to really get in there and get close to be nosy, and it doesn't bother me. Now for that, I do like that. Usually it's for light, you know, keeping the light out, maybe some heat in, but I do use that one quite often, not so much the other one. So Tim alludes, you know, asked a question about urban camping, and I'm doing a lot of that nowadays. And when I'm parking in a residential street situation, what I find is the Travato looks less like an RV if there are actually windows open, meaning not covered, and that would be the front cab and the two driver-passenger cab windows. I leave those uncovered most of the time. Again, orienting the rig so that I'm either facing a fence, a wall, shrubbery, even if it's kind of parallel parking against the, you know, next to a sidewalk. I have the light at the back end of the rig, like a street light, with the front end pointing into the darkness area. The reason for that is again to give a false illusion that there's nobody in the rig, because the reflection is stronger with that light coming off of a street lamp, and it doesn't put light into the cab per se, but it kind of illuminates around it. Hopefully that makes sense. Look at your car next time you're parked by a street light, and you'll see what I'm talking about. I really minimize lights being turned on when I'm street camping. That certainly is a dead giveaway, and typically what I'm doing is this same arrangement here is one back cover, or maybe none, depending on where I am. I usually do this one, because this one is, I feel, weirdly more exposed here than my head. I leave the galley window open, meaning no blind. And again, depending on where I'm parked, if it's on a street, I would close that one if I'm next to a sidewalk, the galley, and I would close a sliding door blind if I'm, again, parking next to a sidewalk, so people walking by won't see in. They'll see the reflective cover out. And typically if I'm parked against in the street side, I would leave uncovered. Again, to me, it just seems less like of an RV if I don't have all these windows covered, which just calls attention, and I mean, what the hell's going on in there, right? Let's see, what else? So hopefully that gives you some sense of what it looks like. So in fact, let's do this. Since it's daylight, so 3 demos today, I guess. Bedroom size, front size. I'm going to close the blinds, and then we will see what that looks like, okay? All right, so what I'm going to do is close the 2 blinds here. Sliding door, dinette, and we've already got the back closed. So still a fair amount of light pouring in here. So let's go outside and I will show you guys what this looks like from the outside. So if I was street camping, this would be the configuration. Closed, open, 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 closed, 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 and closed. So this, I feel very safe. I can see out the back as to what the heck is going on. I'm not looking like an RV so much with these windows covered. I park in such a way that it's not a giveaway, but I'm not hiding. So let's go outside and see what this looks like from the outside in evening light. Hello, Mr. Sun. Speaking of van lifers, there's another fellow van lifer. Oh my God, this is dirty. I take such good care of my equipment, right? All right. You can see the kind of reflective material in there that is very helpful at blocking light, maybe some thermal aspects as well, but to me it just screams there's somebody in there or I'm hiding something. So here's the galley window. Go around this side so you guys can see what this looks like. So again, clearly it's, you know, privacy screens, which are okay. But I think by just having the cab open, it's less of a tip-off that, you know, somebody's inside, and I get the privacy that I want. And the now I think a viewer actually asked for a video about this a number of weeks ago, and that is if we have all the blinds drawn and some lights on, how much light leakage actually comes out. I don't know if you guys can see this, but you can actually see in fairly well because the lights are on. So this is another way to make the cabin less claustrophobic feeling, and that is to leave the side door open, which I did yesterday. I was working next to a dam. So what I do is just leave this open. I close the screen door. Here it comes. Just like that. And now I have this wide open space that is simply incredible. And if you, again, open these up, open your window up. I mean, you got the breezes blowing in, the sun coming in. Claustrophobia? Not. And the last question for the night comes from Dima Habeneko, H-A-B-E-N-K-O. I'm sorry for getting that wrong. Dima asks about insulation, and this goes back to the lithium battery powered RV furnace video. And he basically states that the van doesn't have a lot of insulation. He refers that the heat loss is big for the Truma furnace to compensate for, and I generally, kind of agree with that. And what I have found is that the van generally is pretty well insulated. There's one cold spot, like when it's cold outside, like 40s, and certainly in the 30s. There's one cold spot, weirdly, right here. It's about 6 inches wide and probably 18 inches this way. So there's very much exposed flooring here, just below the subflooring. The floor, everything else in that regard is really quite warm and not cold. I think the biggest heat loss, again, comes from the back cargo doors. I don't think you can blow insulation into those things. I don't know. And clearly the glass. And again, my limited use of the window coverings. There's a big air gap, and you can certainly see condensation in there in the morning if it's been really cold and there's heat on in the inside. So there's probably some additional insulation I could use there. And certainly, as we've discussed, with the the cab not being covered. Hang on. With the cab windows not being covered, definitely huge amounts of heat loss there. And the last thing I want to shout out tonight is to viewer The Ginger Walkabout. And Ginger has some really big news for the channel. Look at this. She has a GL on order for delivery this summer. That has got to be the coolest feeling. Congratulations. the Ginger walkabout, and I think we need to throw Ginger a baby shower as we approach delivery date. What do you think? I think that'd be very cool. We should have baby showers, we should have birthdays, and we should have anniversaries. I think more reasons to celebrate. So hopefully you got something out of that today. Great questions as always. Continue to work really diligently on getting some travel stuff put together. I continue to be a little tardy on that, so I beg your patience on that. I'm hoping to remedy that. And the St. Augustine, Florida travel video posted on Monday. So as always, I thank you for sharing, liking, that's giving it a thumb up, commenting. Channel growth is just going crazy thanks to you. Just having a ball. Can't tell you how cool this is. Can't tell you how cool this is. It's just, it's hard to describe. So with that, until we meet again, I wish you to journey on. So for the fun of the exercise, here's your homework. I would suggest getting a roll of some like painter's tape, even some cardboard, measuring tape, and measure off what 12 feet looks like in your space, and see, it'll give you a sense of how long the hallway is. And I would say even do the same thing and use some cardboard to cut out a space this size to help get a sense of what that feels like. Okay? A little homework for you. Hey, we're learning together, right?